Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast. And it's a winner's lounge. Let's go. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, joined by the fellas, some patriotic fellas, Cowboy Super Yah.
Let's go, baby. 4th of July fireworks at the Dick. And that they weren't just a light show. That's what I want to hear.
It was great. Also, the man who was in there last night, he was all the way in Richard. Having a great time.
All of the emotions. All
Downtown
of the emotions last night. So, no, man, what an ending. Holy crap.
Two stoppage time winners in Colorado soccer last night. Switchbacks also win it in extra time. Pretty tight. Rapids with the huge 2-1 win. Just fantastic. Go down 1-0 early in the second half. Ollie gets his first goal of the game of the season. His career. Pretty cool. And then Yappy creates the penalty. Djordje finishes it in extra time. Rapids win. Let's just jump right into it. Literally from the opening kick, this was my note. Keegan looks like he's on it. He had just a long ball right to Calvin's feet, create a chance in the first few seconds of the game. I feel like with Keegan, right? Like, I feel like when Keegan is on it. He was diamond. He was cutting, working that outside with him, and Cole had a great two-man game going all night. Long throws, crosses it in, just assisting possession and being able to keep possession through that first half, especially. I thought he was great. 16th minute, Vines, one-on-one, weak header back to Stefan, thinking he clears it. Johnny Russell with the chip just goes wide. They probably deserved to go down there. And unfortunately, I have some pretty bummer Vines notes going forward from here.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I know we're praising Keegan a little bit, and again, trust me, I love Keegan, but it does feel like a little bit in that second half when Shallowy came in, things shifted a little bit more. You kind of saw Keegan get burnt a little more,
a little bit,
and it's just the rise of the talent level, right? Once you have a better player on that side, you can get burnt a lot easier.
Yeah, and we'll get more into that, but Vines was on the struggle bus.
Yeah, it was just
pretty much
back in general. Yeah.
Tough.
Where's Jackson Travis at right now?
He was the only one not like in practice. He was the one working on the side. He has that stress fracture, so it's tough. But all right, 22nd minute, Keegan with another great cross, a double dummy went through Calvin, through Rafa, and then just missed. Omir couldn't get the full swing on it, and goes right into Emilia's hands. But that was a great chance. And the double dummy is just gorgeous. It's one of those plays where you're like, ooh.
Was it a double dummy, though? Or did Rafa just not reach it?
It looked like it was. I mean, I watched every clip a lot. It looked like he laid it off.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. He whiffed later, and we'll get to that here in a sec. And then immediately after that 24th minute, Bassett has that nice shot from the right side of the box. You've seen him hit those curlers like that, but it goes just wide. 30th minute, that's when Rafa kind of completely whiffs on that Omir cross. And I mean, it's deflected, right? But it is floating right there, and he tries to get up, gets his feet up, and sends it again, just like, just wide. Tough night for Rafa, too, and I think we can get into that. I think everyone was waiting for the contract bump, between LAFC and this game. And we haven't seen it yet. It's coming. It's time
to talk about, should we be worried about Rafa?
Yes. No, just kidding. You shouldn't be. Oh, man. Okay, 35th minute, SKC. I think set piece coaches are obsessed with this. It's the short corner. So it's like a one pass to the short, one pass to the top of the box, right? And it just kind of changes direction of everybody. And Tommy is just on that backside for SKC, wide open in the box, gets a horrible touch on it. Horrible touch, sends it way wide, but dangerous. I mean, you couldn't have asked for better execution if you're SKC in that situation, especially because at that point, I think the Rapids had like 75, 78% possession into this game at this point. And it was on a silver platter. That was tough. That was down by your side, Duane. Were you scared?
Yes, I'm always scared when there's I sit right on that line. It's always scary to me.
46th minute. So you get into half zeros, feels like you should be up, but it feels like you have control of the game if you're the Pids. 46th minute. I mean, right after the start, Polito comes on, Shallowy comes on. I forget who the third change was. They did 3 changes at halftime.
Willie Agata, did he come on?
Yeah, I think it was Agata.
I like Willie Agata a lot.
Polito puts one off the crossbar within about 45 seconds of the second half started. Man, they're going to be kicking themselves, right? I thought it was kind of an ass kicking, and they had some fantastic chances that they didn't finish. And then 48th minute, Shallowy to Tommy. Tommy completely whiffs. He was terrible on the ball last night. Terrible. He had 2 chances, glorious in the box, and just complete shank jobs.
Shallowy?
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy. Dude, Tommy's kind of been off and on.
He's been bad.
He hasn't scored a goal since like April 7th, and I think it was that banger against Inter Miami.
Yep, that sounds right.
He has not been the same Eric Tommy that we've seen last year and even at the beginning of this year. He's really fallen off a cliff.
He whiffs, but his whiff was so badly perfect that it falls right to Johnny Russell's feet, and he bangs one in. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good, Tommy.
I mean, you can't really be mad at the Rapids for that one, right? You're more angry that the cross came in. You're more angry that Tommy was even in that spot.
You can be mad at both. I wrote down Vines, Lawless, and O'Meara are all in no man's land.
Exactly. You can be mad at that, but you can't be mad at the actual goal itself. Right. The way that Russell got that ball. Like at the end, like if Tommy just whiffs to the left, like, okay, he wouldn't have scored. Tommy doesn't score anymore. You're more angry that the ball just got there in such a stupid way that just gave him like that they left Zach in a no man's land. Well, yeah, he's like, Lawless, I'm diving left because it's wide open.
Lawless was like four yards from Tommy in front. So Vines runs over off of Russell, doesn't block the shot, but leaves Russell, and O'Meara is jogging in from the top. And it was just that was a mess. Lawless had a few moments that didn't get punished, but this one definitely got punished because if he's up on Tommy, Vines is on Russell, and that's cleared, right? But because he gave him that space, Vines drifts over too late, but that's not really his fault, right? Because he was just trying to make the play because Lawless couldn't.
Are we starting to see the Lawless regression a little bit?
No, I just think the Rapids have been lucky to not have all his mistakes capitalized on by the opponent so far.
Oh, no, man. His touch is starting to look worse to me.
It's not great. He did complete a shitload of passes last night, so I don't think it was that bad. I think he was okay. He was okay.
I think that's the biggest issue with Lawless, man. That it and again, I like Lawless a lot, but you see the ball move so slow when he gets the ball that it stops the momentum of the team when they're trying to shift from side to side as quickly as they can and build a play. He doesn't trust his pass as much, so he kind of holds the ball a little bit more and then just passes it right back to Max Lou, and it kind of stunts everything. And then the other team gets set, and you're like, shit, like you had a wide open lane the other side.
He had a few good passes because Keegan was so active in those lanes, not on the sideline, but that next lane in, that was able to sort of break some presses a few times. But yeah, you're right. It was a lot of shaky possession at the back. 50th minute, so right after the SKC goal, Rapids have a corner. Rafa, just misses Lawless's head. I thought Lawless was going to absolutely bury that corner. He jumped 10 feet in the air, it looked like. I can't believe it missed him. He buries it. And And then Rafa gets a foot on it, but I don't think he was expecting it because I think everyone in the building thought Wallace was going to get his head on that.
Yep.
And he sends it over, which was a bummer because a better touch probably finishes that. Then you get a few subs. 57th minute, Ollie comes on for Calvin, which I thought was a genius move. Calvin was struggling. He just got a yellow right before that. It was okay. I think Calvin had some good moments early and then completely faded after about the 15th, 20th minute. Then Lewis for Omir. And I think our guy B-Ray in the chat said something like, oh no, like it's over. Like some on Twitter. I forget exactly how he put it, but it was I think there was a lot of people thinking that, right? Lewis comes on, you have the set piece, so he's coming into the corner, and you're like, oh great, we get the Lewis experience for 20 minutes here. Great. And what do you know? The Denver kid, the East High Ginger, buries his first career goal on just a perfect header, dude. And what was really interesting to me on that one is Maxu is on, right? Maxu is in that break. He's aligned with that left. Well, if you're facing the goal, facing the right post, but the keeper's left post, he's aligned with that and he's onside, and that header goes his direction. So Milia, instead of diving full post, is like bracing for that cross, like for Maxu to send it back to him, right? And because Maxu doesn't touch it, Milia can't get there fast enough, and Ollie buries it. That was sweet. It was a great play. Sharpie must have been losing his mind on the sideline there.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't like a huge header. It wasn't like a thundering header like you get from Cristiano Ronaldo. No, it was just I'm gonna misdirect it just enough, just so it gets past Milia. Like that dude has no knees left because he's like 4,500 years old. Just send it a little bit more to the right, and you're gonna be fine.
SKC's starting the crypt keeper in goal.
And that right wing too with Johnny Russell and Eric Tommy's not like 31, but looks like he's fucking 45. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised Graham Zusi wasn't out there getting some run. But just great goal. It was almost like a hockey tip, right? It kind of felt like that. Whereas like
it was a weird header.
Like, it was because he had to like
because it's. I mean, it also was like down.
Yeah,
it was like a low shot into the corner, like up against the post, and that's not normal for a header, which made it awesome. I mean, it was just very Ollie. Like his whole season has been unexpected, like joy, and like how perfect that his first goal is also unexpected joy. It was just like, oh, Ollie got it. Like, oh wait, what?
And the crowd
right there in the
crazy.
Bottom of the corner. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
You have the double ginger celebration where he's running into Ronan's arms and going crazy. That was awesome to see. It was really, I was so happy for Ollie.
Yeah, man, Ollie deserves that. He's been grinding all year. Very surprising that he has his first goal before Yappy, honestly. Especially because Yappy plays a strike position.
We'll look at some career minutes and appearances here in a second.
But dude, Ollie completely deserves that goal, man. He worked so 100%. Hard for it. Like there's no doubt in my mind that if anybody deserves a goal more than a homegrown kid, it's probably Ollie. Now it's probably Yappy.
And Ollie is gonna be like, he's gonna have kind of like pricey numbers, right? Like he's never gonna score that many goals, even though he went down to R2 and scored a lot of goals, right? I think he had double-digit goals last year in R2, but that's not his role, right? In this team, and so good for him to get it, right?
Yeah,
like,
Ollie
you're gonna have to get it where you can, right? Like,
yeah, Ollie last year on R2 was more of a kind of like an 8-10.
Yeah,
he pushed up a lot higher. He was more the ball distributor. Yeah. And this one, he's more of a 6'8". Like he's playing more of that defensive role while still trying to create plays. So, dude, being able to score from that position, it's incredible that Ollie can actually do that.
Yeah, it was great. 77th minute, Vines on the left gets a nice pass into space in the box and just sends it to freaking Denver.
The moon.
He was like, it was. He had Lewis was off in front of him, but Djordje and Cole were wide, and if you're gonna shoot it like that, you might as well have just crossed it and let someone else get a shot because that sucked. It sucked.
That really seems like that was the theme of the game yesterday, right? That it was a lot of you got the right plays. Usually with the Rapids, it's like they're missing that final pass to the final third. They're missing that extra kind of thing just to get the shot off. Yesterday, they had the wide open shots. They had the opportunities multiple times. Rafa, Cole, Djordje, Sam, and they all whiffed it. They whiffed it completely. It's bad, dude. Like their aim is horrible.
Pull up Kevin's. Kevin says it hit some guy in the face. I'm sorry, that's not funny, but he couldn't put it on the giant goal, but he could put it right on one dude's face in the crowd.
That's where Kevin sits. He would see it for sure.
Oh God, come on, Sam. Sam needs to have a game soon, man. It's been tough. So, okay, 81st minute. Djordje to Rafa, dime. I wrote all caps, dime. That right foot curve never got even probably above shoulder height. And Rafa went to whip it to the far post, right? And instead of, he should have just it was a great save. That should have been, most times that's a goal. Emilio was all over it. But if you put it near post, like straight into the ball, as opposed to the whip, it's a goal. And that's just like, whatever. Hats off to the save. Wish you did it the other way. Beautiful play though.
Djordje, that's more on the save. To me, that's just a lot on the save.
Yeah.
Well, how you said 98% of the time that's a goal.
Yep.
Emilia just turned back the clock and became a dinosaur again and was able to get it off blocked.
It was such a beautiful pass. I rewatched that pass. I hit the 10-second back on Apple, rewatching it this morning like 10 times. I mean, it was perfect weight, perfect height, perfect spin. Djordje's a wizard. He is a wizard, and we'll get that here in a sec. 86 minute, Yappy for Lawless. This was Chris Armas just putting him on the table. We're gonna get this dub. Dangerous, right? Like dangerous.
That was awesome.
It was awesome though, because you put
that was my favorite sub of the night.
You slide.
It was just a straight middle finger to SKC. It
Yeah,
was just like, you guys are done. You're done. We're done messing around with you.
Arma said, "You got your dog shit, and we're about to step all over it."
Yeah, you put Ollie at right back, right, and Keegan into center back with Maxu. I liked the move a lot, formationally and structurally, because you can really trust Keegan at that center back position, I think, at this point in his career, right? Way more than you can trust possession based, right? Because the worst thing you can do is have SKC pressing to win and have a Lawless, one of those classic Lawless bad passes, and to put Keegan back there and trust him, I thought was a masterclass. To have Ollie working that right flank never really came into play too much, and you'll see it on the penalty. You'll see him flying up the right side wide open as a chance if Lewis can kind of break a couple defenders for the cross. But good for him being positionally versatile. Big sign of trust from Armas to the guys on the bench. Yeah, really good. Right after that, 87th minute, Djordje gets the yellow. We'll miss Sunday's game against St. Louis for accumulation.
It's fine. It's St. Louis. We don't need him.
I thought it was kind of weak,
Super weak.
But Djordje was asking for it. I'm surprised he didn't get a second yellow when they were doing their bullshit head injury and being over him and then getting him to walk off and then stopping on the field to wrap his head. And he was losing his mind. I was like, Djordje, you have to chill, my guy. You are on a yellow. Relax. To answer Mark Weatherly's question there that Yaya just brought up, yes, I think he's the best ever acquisition. I think in terms of prime to talent to cost to role, I think he is as good as any Rapid we've seen. And I think, and that's crazy. That's crazy. There's some Rapids legends, but he is balling. He's so good.
The crazy part is that we might have the two best Rapids acquisitions on the team right now. And Rafa and Djordje. Like, depending on how Rafa turns out, they're young enough where both of them can cement their place in Rapids lore for a long time. Like, they're only 24 both, right? They're both like 24. They're both
I think
DP.
Djordje's 25, maybe. I'd have to look it up.
But they're again, they're young. They haven't even hit their prime yet. Like, their prime is at 27 to 30. They still have so much time left that this team can just build together at the end of the day. And it's gonna be such a nice thing. And next year, I think you're gonna see even better games from the squad.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get into extra time, the penalty, the win right after this. But first, we got to do a little housekeeping and talk about our friends at Lucy Nicotine. Yeah, how you liking Lucy Nicotine? You're
for the July Lucy's, man, they hit different.
Oh man, we were playing washers, like are you guys familiar?
I am not.
Washer toss.
Washers? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a box with like some carpet in it and a little PVC pipe. So if you get it in the box, it's 1. If you get it in the circle, it's 3. So it's kind of like horseshoes.
Okay, that makes sense. Man,
I was just out there diming up the washers and popping Lucy pouches. It rocked. It's a fantastic product. We are huge fans here. It's 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco free, comes in 3 different ways: gum, pouches, and breakers. Think of like those old menthol cigs, right? Where you pop it and it's extra mentholy. Well, these are pouches that are flavored and then have extra flavor when you break it. They are awesome. Those breakers are in 4 or 8 milligrams. Tons of flavors to choose from: mint, berry, citrus, espresso, mango, wintergreen, apple ice. I think I'm missing one off the top of my head. Doesn't matter. They're all good. Can't go wrong. The gum is available in 2, 4, and 6. And you can set yourself a subscription. It's going to get straight to your door. You don't have to stop at the gas station weekly or even daily if you're like us here at DNVR. I personally just love the 4 milligram mangoes. They go hard. They're my favorite. Love them. If you want to level up your nicotine routine with Lucy, go to lucy.co/rapids and use promo code RAPIDS to get 20% off your first order. Free shipping, 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That is lucy.co and use code RAPIDS to get 20% off, and always free shipping. We also got to talk about our friends at Toyota.
Toyota. We
love Toyota. I was in my Toyota yesterday. We have 2 Toyotas. We're a 2 Toyota household. 2 Yoda.
TT.
No, I don't have the trucks, but God, I love the trucks. I see those Tacomas driving around Golden all the time, and I just dream of me being in one of those Tacomas. The new 2024 Tacoma, the 2024 Land Cruiser. You can even get the Tundra iForce Max Hybrid, one of 16 different hybrid vehicles from Toyota. Toyota has more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. Look, you can just, if you are aiming for environmentally friendly with your next car, Toyota has it for you. And they're also perfect for Colorado because they have 17 models with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the new 4Runner, Toyota SUVs. Gotta love those. They got the RAV4 Classic, Grand Highlander. I have a Highlander. It's not the Grand Highlander, but it is a Highlander, and I love it, so I can't recommend them enough. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, shout out, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. Okay, we're back. DNVR Rapids. Duane, Yahya, Mitch here on a next day post game. I kind of like it. I mean, I don't want to do it all the time, but it's kind of nice. It's a nice little morning vibe. Get your coffee on, talk about a dub. Okay, back to the game, flow of the game. Extra time, winning time. You made the move late, right? And pretty much from the second that Yappy for Lawless sub happened, the rest of normal time is wasted by Kansas City with the Leibold head injury. It was crap. Duane, I saw your comment in there. Go ahead. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Just destroy them. Please go ahead.
Everyone knows I'm an FC Dallas hater.
True.
I may hate Kansas City more than Dallas now because of Davis and Leibold, and both of them putting on a display brighter than the fireworks we saw after the game at being whiny, embarrassing little babies. I cannot believe the behavior of Davis in the first half, followed up with Leibold in the second. It was a 2-act play of absolute disgrace. I cannot believe these two guys are professionals and have jobs in MLS. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was a clown show. I was expecting the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus train to show up in the parking lot and take them back after the game. It was so stupid. If Mihailovic had have lost his mind and punched him in the face and got suspended for the rest of the season, I'd approve it. I'd support him.
No, come on.
I'd be fine with losing him because it would be 100% justified for how those two clowns acted the entire game. I can't stand them. I hope that they finish the season with the 4 wins that they have, and they don't get any more for the rest of the season. It's just ridiculous the way those two guys acted. Dumb. I can't stand them. I'm so glad they lost. That was the best part for America last night, was when Djordje got to shut both of them up by putting that ball in the net. We are all blessed for what Djordje did for America and for the Rapids last night. God bless him.
Wow, dude, that was just a beautiful 2 minutes there, Duane. You're the best.
Did Leibold even get hit on that?
Just the worst.
Did Leibold even get hit on that? They're like,
not really. Like, no, it was crap. It was a waste of time.
They were like working for blood. Dude, they were like looking for blood on it.
Into some kind of convulsion or seizure.
So I'm rewatching.
Gosh, what a joke!
So I'm rewatching it right now, man. And like the training staff, like you can clearly say Leibold, like I have nothing, and the training staff like scraping and trying to see if there's anything they can get just so they make him. But like, there's barely any blood on there. Like that's the dumbest thing ever.
He was fine. He
held his hand. He kept checking his hand the whole rest of the game, Yaya, right in front of me where I'm sitting, and kept going, look at me, I'm in the clown show. Okay, it's so stupid.
We have to finish the game.
Get that guy off the pitch. And then
we're segment and a half in.
It's fine. We have plenty of time.
To sit out. They only kept him out for about 5 seconds, and he's still crying. Screw that guy. Done.
It was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. You're absolutely right. Absolute disgrace. Clown show. Horrible. Vermees out. Hopefully we drove the last nail into the coffin. Garbage. Okay. Into extra time.
Absolute garbage.
You know who I also hate in this? Rosero. Trying to calm Djordje down. He reminded me of Anthony. Like he thinks he has the swag to calm people down. Like you don't have the swag. Get the fuck out of there.
What's with the United shot? I don't know where.
It's an Anthony shot.
You could have chosen any player in the whole world of soccer.
Because Anthony does have that to him. That he thinks he has that kind of pull.
Yeah,
you don't have
Brazilian.
That pull,
every Brazilian acts like that.
Exactly. You don't got that pull, buddy. Like shut the fuck up.
All right. Okay. Extra time. Do you have that screenshot I sent you?
No, I can get in here in a minute.
Okay. Well, it's okay. I'll set it up. Lewis on the left wing. Nice drive into the final third. Lays it off for Djordje. Djordje just is, and I said wizard earlier. I don't know if that's enough praise for what he was able to do with the ball last night. This pass, and we'll see if before it gets the pass from Djordje to Yappy to spring it. Okay, this is the ball is just past number 4's head, right there in the middle. There's 4 defenders here. All can get a touch on it. It never goes above waist high, would you say? Right?
Yeah.
Just an absolute one-touch dime. And you think it might be going to Lewis, but it's Yappy on the far left there into space. This is insane. This pass. I must have rewatched it 20 times this morning. It is. He's just on another level right now. He is on another level right now. It's crazy. Crazy. Drops it right in to Yappy, who heavy touch. My guy. Heavy touch. Doesn't matter though. He beats Melia to the touch. taps it out. He recovered. Taps it. Both Ollie and Lewis were close, and like say Melia doesn't take out Yappy, he didn't get enough on the touch for them to get to it, but it would have been close. It was, so he did lay it off into a dangerous spot.
I think Melia would have gotten the goal regardless, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I think it would have been a goal.
Melia just completely wipes him out. full tackle, basically. Goes to the spot. Djordje gets his 10th goal from the spot. First time in the MLS. First time as a pro reaching 10 goals in a season. The winner runs over to Duane's corner to celebrate with Duane.
It was beautiful.
What a time. What a night. What a win.
Beautiful.
It was perfect. It was over the rivals. It was on 4th of July. It was in front of 18,000 fans. A sellout. The guy who is an Olympic hopeful winning it on 4th of July. It was just perfect. And
are you guys a little upset that it was Djordje taking the penalty instead of Yappy? This is one where actually I was a little upset. I think Yappy earned it.
Here's the thing. If it wasn't to win the game, Yappy would have taken it, I think. But because it was on the line, Djordje going for his 10th, all that, you don't give it to Yappy there.
Again, I get it. I understand the reasoning behind it. It did hurt a little. Yappy kind of earned that one. Look, the thing.
He's going to get praise from all his teammates, from his coaches, from everyone for creating that play. But you give it to the guys are going to finish, right? Like
I completely understand. I'm not upset at the call. I'm more upset that Yappy, I thought, deserved the shot.
Sure.
And I get it. It's a 2-1. Like, it's completely understandable. But you create the penalty, literally, like, because you did have the heavy touch.
Yeah.
Like, he threw himself a little bit into that goalkeeper because Melia was such an ass. Like, he knew what he was doing. And, like, I think he should have had a shot at it, and I get why he did it. I completely do. I'm not mad at it. It's
on
just,
that field is probably he's probably only ahead of Maxu or Stefan even to take a penalty on that field.
I don't think so. I'd take him over Ronan. I'd take him over Ollie.
I don't think in a vacuum. I don't think in a vacuum in terms of who can take the best one. I'm talking about there's an order to it, and Yappy is near the bottom. And sorry, but that's his fault for not scoring before now. It just is. That's just what it is.
Hasn't had a penalty to score. Rafa hadn't scored for a while, and they gave him a penalty so he can get going. So
that's a good point.
That's my thing. Like,
I like Djordje getting his 10th. I like having double-digit goal scorers for the first time since 2019. And if Cole hits double digits, it'll be the first time since 2002.
Is there another one that could get double digits?
A fourth? I mean, it would take a real run from somebody.
It would take a lot from Harris, maybe, or Cabral.
Yeah, Calvin, Cabral, Omir. No, Omir's not close. Your 15-goal contribution is getting in danger.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That was a hot take anyway.
It was a spicy take.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. That's what that was for.
Spicy take. All right. How do we want to do this? Because we're a little farther, took a little longer than our normal game breakdown, but we can go into FOTMob ratings. We can just talk storylines.
How do you guys want to do it? That's always fun. Going into individuals, and then we can kind of pick out who.
My phone died. That's okay, because I know who was the top ranked one. Who do you guys think was the top rated rapid?
I'll let you go first, Duane.
Djordje.
Yeah, it's Djordje.
Djordje.
That's why I let you go first.
That was the easiest softball pitch.
He had an 8-8 with a yellow, right? So that probably would have been like a 9-2, 9-3. 1 goal, 1 assist, all 90 minutes, 3 shots on goal. The magic number, right? How many touches can you get in a game? 69. Nice, right? Cleared that 60 comfortably. Honestly, you probably want even a few more, but that's exactly where you want him.
And I mean, you've seen the difference when he hits those touches. The team has been rolling lately. When you get that at the beginning of the season, what was the biggest issue? Djordje's not getting involved. They're not getting him the ball. You have Djordje after press conference saying, "Hey man, like I can't get the ball to myself and play soccer. Like that's just not how that works."
Yeah.
They started finding him out there in the pitch. Get things happen. You're winning games. You're one of the better teams on the MLS right now.
Yeah. Who do you think was the second highest rated Rapid?
I'm just gonna throw a guy that I think was good, Cole Bassett.
No,
Oh, it wasn't Ollie Larraz.
I'm gonna say
no. It was Keegan. He had a 7-9. I think it was his best game of the season.
He was really good last night.
He ran all over the field. I'd have to find his heat map, but I mean, he was everywhere. 96 touches for Keegan, 4 touches in the box, 5 passes into the final third, created a chance. I thought he was great. He was, and I saw it from the start. Like, when Keegan is dialed in, what form he's in going into the All-Star game, which we didn't have our Wednesday show to even talk headlines and stuff, right? Like,
it was an all-star level performance.
It was amazing.
That's why the coach chose him.
I'm kind of terrified of Will Fernandes choosing him.
Why?
Not gonna lie. Will Fernandes is a sneaky little man, dude. He wants Keegan and he can't take that from us. I'm afraid he's trying to convince him to go to Columbus or something. Like, I'm terrified of it. Like, I don't want that.
Baby.
No. We want Keegan. Like, no.
No, I know.
Keep your money.
No. Okay, let's see. He's
an MLS vet. You don't let go of those that quickly, especially at a high level.
Ollie was the next highest rated at 7.4, obviously with the goal. The back line, Maxu at 7.2, Lawless at 7.0, Vines at 6.8, Omir at 6, Navarro and Harris 6.6, 6.5 respectively. Just not, like the core, right, was good. And then Keegan on the back right. But otherwise, getting outside on either side and up top was just not where you needed to be last night. And that's why you came down to a last, like the last second possible winner there, right? Like, that's what happens when you mess around like that and you don't get the contribution you need from the whole field, right? When you can't stretch it wide. Dude, and it was a struggle there for probably 30 minutes in the second half to make anything happen.
Honestly, man, but to me, it's so hard to blame. Like, to me, I really blame the forwards a lot. Yeah, and I blame the people that had shots that had the shot too, because even Cole in the first had like a wide open shot that he flanks to the left. Yeah. Like Rafa had multiple of those last night. Sam had his. Honestly, if you just have a little better target practice, you win this comfortably, like 3-0, 3-1. Like,
but the other way,
that far off.
They had the Polito crossbar, the Russell chip. Like, they also had some gimmies that they duffed too.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, but like, those were crossbars and those were blocks.
Yeah,
the ones at the Rapids mitts were just like whiffs, like complete, like not even on target. That's the most frustrating on that. It frustrates me that they weren't even on target. If they block it, because I'm not even counting the Rafa one, the 10 million blocked, because that's just a good block in my opinion. You can't score all of them, but the ones that you don't even get on target when you're wide open, those are the ones that really hurt, because those are just the second chance opportunities you're missing at that point.
Rafa, he struggled, and I think he put himself in some really good positions. Like, he was able to get a foot on the corner that Lawless missed with the header. But you have less than half a second to react to that, less than a quarter second between missing Rafa's head and finding your foot. So the fact that he even got a touch on it is admirable. But it's going to go down as a missed shot, right? Like, it's going to go down as sailing it over the crossbar, not necessarily his fault. And then had that touch was really hard off that Omir cross that bounces off a defender's knee, right? It's kind of floating. If you want to tap it in, you have to jump really high, get that knee really high to kick it in. If you wait too long for it to come down, either the keeper or the defender is going to get there to get in the way. I think, again, work rate as always was good, but he looked tired. He looked frustrated not being able to finish. But overall, I think, 2 games in, still hasn't scored since signing as a Rapid. Hopefully that's not some horrible curse. I don't think Rapids fans deserve another curse. So, and then, Ollie, my notes for Ollie is king shit.
See, that sounds bad.
No, that's good, man. He was on some king shit last night with that header. First goal.
See, to me, that sounds like he's the king of shit. Like, that's what I'm like.
King things. That rhymes too.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, king things.
Yeah,
Hell
king
yeah.
shit just sounds like he's the shit of king. He's the king of
Interesting.
shit.
That's not how I put it, but
I get it. Like that's first reaction. That's what I thought. I'm like,
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. He was awesome though. He was great. Like,
yeah, dude.
do you want to wax on Ollie for a sec here before we hit our next break?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about him, man. I mean, this is exactly what you want from this midfield, right? You want tough decisions to come from Armas. You want him to look at that midfield and be like, I don't know where to put guys anymore because you have Djordje being a superstar. You have Cole ascending into the next level of his development. And you have Ronan doing Ronan things. He's kind of finally picked it up and really found a spot here. And then you have the young, spunky Ollie Larraz, Denver's very own, just killing it out there and making Armas' job super difficult. And that's all credit not just to Armas, but to R2, to Crookham, to I forget their head coach out in R2. But that's that kind of a praise that this organization deserves because they brought a guy from all the way from the bottom at the academy, and now he's a true contributor while being
Big
a
time.
homegrown. It's just such a happy story for everybody. And also, you heard it from Crookham when he talks to younger kids. He's always like, "Hey, man, your path is going to be different from everybody's. Don't give up. It just keep going." You want that type of leadership from a young guy like that. Like, just Ollie to me, man, has been. He's, in my opinion, he would be the story of the year if it wasn't for Djordje and Rafa just completely going off.
And look, like he had a potential career defining injury, right? A broken leg like that for a young kid in a lot of situations could be the end. You know, like that could be it. Maybe you latch on in a, low division, maybe, like, or you're out, or now you're just a coach, right? And it's good to what could have been sort of situation. And instead he comes back, dominates R2, just absolutely. MLS Next Pro did not know what was coming with this Rapids team last year. He was a force. And then to come in and from the jump, bump a guy, who's getting passed around Europe due to his potential in Diak, right? And he's like, no, actually, I'm just going to be the guy. Sorry. Like, sorry. It's me.
There was another important thing last night. I mean, the attention is on the goal, which it should be. But after the Kansas City goal, like something mental happened with the Rapids squad on the pitch. Like there was a breakdown in communication. Mitch, you mentioned it when we were talking about just body posture.
Oh, body language doctor did not
it
like
was
what was going on out there.
Yeah, it was something was wrong with the squad. Like they didn't recover from that Kansas City goal, and things got really sloppy. Communication broke down. The energy was low. It felt like we were going to lose this game because things were kind of falling apart. I was hoping, I was just like, man, I wish we could take a timeout just so Armas could like say one of his cool Armas things, and everyone's like, yeah, okay, cool. And they run back out and everything's great. And instead he made the sub, bringing Ollie in. And when Ollie came out, it was that infusion of energy, that came out. And I think that became very contagious within the club, and they got back on track. Obviously the goal really got everybody back on track. But even before that, making that sub was a heads up play by Armas to get the right person on the field, to get that communication to the rest of the squad of this is the game plan, which is part of subs. You send a guy in with the new game plan. But just having Ollie's, killer instinct, like the dude is all dog, he's all dog. Like he put the dog on the field and everybody chased, and that was probably his biggest contribution, right up there with that goal. It was a benefit to the entire squad.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're going to get into Flowers here in just a sec, but we have to talk about us, DNVR. Tons of stuff going on. Best events in town when it comes to celebrating Denver sports. And it starts this Sunday, y'all. We are doing our takeover against St. Louis on Sunday, you get a party bus ride from the DNVR bar to the Richard, dropped off at the tailgate with your tailgate pass. Get your ticket into the game. We have very few left. Very, very few left. So if you are interested in going to this and hanging out with the fellas, having some fun on Sunday night, maybe watching a huge dub, no Djordje could get interesting. St. Louis stinks, so I'm not too worried about it. But they might get.
You also have Ollie in there and Cole that can play that 10.
Oh, so totally.
I think it's not going to be that much.
St. Louis on a fired the coach bump possible. So, you do get worried. Although I think they lost on Wednesday. I can't remember.
That bump is over.
Yeah, bump's over. Actually, really interesting. We'll get into it after this. There's tons of events going on. Start there. But, if you're a Broncos fan, we have a trip to go with Yaya on his birthday to Florida to watch the Tampa game and hanging out at the beach. We're going to do a boat party and you're going to hang out with some Broncos. That's going to be rad. If you're going to Broncos games, tailgate tickets are already available. I mean, I have said that it's the best view of any tailgate in town. But, I mean, can you guys vouch for this? I mean, it is.
No, it's not even close.
It's insane. You have downtown, the stadium, and then all the parking lots below you. And it's just like, it's festive, it's fun, it's hype, good food, good drinks. We got
red fence too, so in case you're too drunk, you won't fall over. Which
Adam fell down one time.
Yeah, Adam had
and it's on camera.
I love how we all immediately were like, Adam did though.
Adam did. There is a Rockies takeover on the 20th against the Giants. Same thing. You get a bus ride with some beers. You hang out. And with that one, you get a free drink at the bar after when you take the bus back. Buffs are road tripping to Nebraska. Be there for that. That's going to be fun. I'm hosting. Going to be so fun rooting against the Huskers. We have the Kickoff Classic in August at Legacy Ridge in Westminster. Nice little 4-man scramble, as we like to do, brought to you by Toyota and Shady Rays. Golf tournaments rock with us, so just make sure to do that. And then the DNVR bar has stuff going on, all summer between various watch parties. We might be doing stuff for the Olympic team, depending on which rapids make it in. You got ladies' night, brunch, and bottomless mimosas on the weekends, all sorts of stuff. Check all that out at thednvr.com/events, and we'll be right back after this very short break. All right, we're back. DNVR Rapids. Yaya, Duane, Mitch, hang in. Post game next day. Give us that. Just give us a little time to marinate on the dub, kind of feel it out, feel good about it. God, it was fun. It just gave me the juice. I was in the depths of it after that goal, though. I mean, because it was right at the start of the second half. You dominate the first half. They put their guys out, get the goal, and you're just like, what the hell? It was horrible.
This is how sad I am. I go through all the emotions.
Every single one last night.
That goal happened, and then the squad kind of broke down in the second half, and all I could think about – it's so embarrassing, but I'm laying it out for you people. I was like, I'm not even going to enjoy these fireworks. Like, these fireworks are going to suck.
Bad fireworks.
Because, like, how can fireworks be bad? Fireworks are awesome.
Yeah, fireworks
and
rock.
I was convinced, like, these are going to be the saddest fireworks I've ever seen. And, then Ollie runs in like the pilot from Independence Day, saving the day. And, all is well again. And the fireworks were amazing. But, gosh, yeah.
I always say 4th of July, man. This is our Boston Tea Party.
That's right.
Really.
While we're riding these vibes, let's go right into it. Let's give some flowers, y'all. Let's do it. We need to give flowers from the fellas. I believe Yaya is up first.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna take the not the easy one, but I'm gonna take Gappy, man. I'm gonna give that dude the whole damn bouquet. Dude deserves it. He earned that damn penalty. He earned the damn win, honestly. I know that we crap on him a lot. He's a young dude. I give him all the credit for putting in the work day in and day out. I still believe in him. He's only 19. There's so much talent behind that dude. Give him a shot, guys. Just let him get one. If you let him get one,
did you just say give him a shot?
Give him a shot at a penalty next time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
He has
Give him
like
a shot. No, that's what I mean. I mean more of a
Like,
penalty. But give him one. I promise you.
Like a literal shot, he means.
Yeah,
like,
give him a little.
kicking the
just
ball.
okay.
Kicking the ball.
What he sees one goes in, and it's over for everybody. Pack your bags. You're OVO. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you done. Like, once Yabby gets one, it's just done for people, and you gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Just be patient with him, guys. I think he is gonna get there. And yesterday he showed that the process is there. If we can give that same leeway to Rafa and look at what he became, we can do it for Yappy too. At a younger age, a homegrown one of us from Denver, Colorado.
That's right.
Let him grow into the shoes. It might take longer than most people, but he's gonna get there eventually. He will be the starter for the Rapids eventually, in my opinion.
My flowers are for the guy that set up that penalty with the pass and had pass after pass after ball after. He was, you know what? Those passes fired me up more of reviewing film. What fired me up last night from Djordje was just how pissed he was at SKC for wasting that time at the end. I was like, that's our guy. That is our guy. He's a stud. I can't believe he cost 3.2 or something like that. Like, That's it. You get this guy who is a just surefire MLS stud who is balling out of his mind, leading the team, not taking crap, doing everything, corners, set pieces, run a play, scoring goals, taking pens. He does all of it. And there's not enough flowers to give Djordje for what we have seen from him in these last couple months. He's amazing, and I love him, and I hope he's here forever.
Yep. Go Djordje. Go Djordje. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Duane, you're up.
It's Ollie Larraz.
There you go. There it is.
The guy gets his first career goal. He comes in, saves the day on America's birthday, on soccer's birthday, some might say. Who knows? He saves the squad as soon as he comes on the field. Like, things were confusing. They were a bit messy, and Armas makes the sub. Ollie comes in. Things start to form back up on the offense, and the dude puts in another, again, surprisingly joyful move by shooting that weird little header down into the bottom post. And it's awesome. Like, I just, seeing the whole team celebrate and, at the goal, but then again, after the game, like making sure to come back and celebrate with him again, man, I love that guy. Like, we all do. Everybody
How can you
does.
not?
He has rocketed up to fan favorite status. You can hear it when they call out the roster, the starting roster, the pop he gets from the crowd is star level now among the other stars on the team. It's cool, man. Like, it's just cool to see him in R2 last year and now being a guy that has earned a spot and has made it difficult to choose the roster every week because of how instrumental he is.
I agree.
To the team. Congratulations, flowers to Ollie. I'm so glad you got a goal for you because you deserve it. But man, are we thankful to have you. Awesomeness.
Good shit. Yeah.
I'm going to give it to that man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Bronx himself, Chris Armas.
Damn, that was going to be mine. Good job.
Dude has been doing a good job for the Rapids.
Yes.
The sub yesterday came in at perfect time. He motivates the team. He lives for this game and for the badge right now, and I love that so much about him. He's not going to be the X's and O guys everybody expects, but he gets the guys in the right spot. He gets them playing at a high level, and that's all you can ask for when you have a talented team. And that's exactly what you want. You're telling me that half the MLS wouldn't kill for a guy like Chris Armas right now? You'd be lying to yourself.
SKC would.
You're telling me the USMNT would not kill for a kind of guy like Armas right now? I'm not saying he's gonna go take that job or he's at that level.
Canada and Armas at the US would be so cool to see. It'd be fun.
Exactly.
Anyways, keep going, sorry.
Because of the amount of just the way he gets players to buy in. That's the biggest thing. That's the hardest thing to do in sports. Getting players to buy in into what you're selling, into what you're doing, so difficult. And he has done it in such a graceful and passionate way that it's easy to love him. It's easy to cheer for him. And plus, added to all of that, he's been coaching the team great. The subs have been great. He's learned from his mistakes, and that's what you want from a coach. You can't ask for much more. And he's so passionate. That's my favorite part. When Djordje scored that penalty, his hands are higher than anybody else in that building, screaming louder than anybody else, and saying, "Let's fucking go!" Like, how do you not love a coach like that?
Man, you talk about buy-in. He got Cristiano Ronaldo to buy in, right? Like, you get that guy to buy into what you're selling. You are a good coach who can get anyone to buy in.
Exactly.
Right? And if you're not buying in, get the fuck out. We don't want you here because this is what's working. This is cooking. This is as good as Rapids footy has ever been.
Sports bias is always going to go for the popular teams, and I don't give a crap. Chris Armas is coach of the year. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't care who they give it to. We all know the answer is Chris Armas.
That's a really good
and they can go and use the usual bias that they give to the top teams. It's all crap. Chris Armas is coach of the year. Mark it down.
Yep.
I just marked it. Timestamp 56:20.
Done.
Yeah.
July 5th, 2024.
Okay. Well, shit. I got one.
Yeah, there's a very obvious one.
Yeah, there's one that I left for you. That's why I took Armas.
Mr. Rapid,
Yes.
aka
There we go.
Mr. All-Star, aka Keegan Rosenberry, the God. God, he was great. He was great. This was his best Keegan game. And I was hoping maybe we got a Keegan banger because he's due, right? We're running out of home games, and he gets one or two a year on those. So he was just diamond, man. He was involved. His work rate was as high as I've seen all year. And you're right, there was a couple moments against Shallowy on fresh legs in the second half where he kind of got caught up, but defense bailed him out when they needed to. That goal was not his fault by any stretch. It was no one's fault. Tommy's kick was so bad that it was a pass to an open player next to him. So, look, Keegan was his long throws are always exciting. I get so excited seeing a long throw now. Like, honestly, it's so cool how dangerous those chances are. And then, the fact that a guy as respected, as smart, as talented as Wilfred Nancy says, I need a right back, and I'm going to pick Keegan Rosenberry.
It terrifies me, I'm telling you.
Sure, and it should, but it's also just like, what a sign-off, right? Like, we all know how great Keegan is. We love Keegan. He's Mr. Rapid for a reason. We ride for him very hard. And at a position, especially in MLS, that does not always get flowers, for one of the most respected names in the sport to sign off on that is just, I think that's great for Rapids fans. I think it's great for the Rapids. I think it's great for Keegan, and I'm very happy for him. Congratulations. Have fun at All-Star.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Keegs, man. Mr. Rapid himself. We need him back on the show before the All-Star break.
Or right after, when he scores the winner on a rocket.
Oh, he's doing the Leos Diaz.
Dorian, do you have any flowers to give?
Yeah, I'll give my last flower. He took some criticism early in the show.
Okay.
But this guy had the most successful passes on the team.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like critical because when you look
The Bachelor right now, because you're like, this guy. Like, you're not trying to name him.
I want him to accept my rose and my American flag. Lawless Abubakar.
God bless America.
Look, the whole first half was it was all Rapids. And a lot of that was what was being done, built out of the back and winning in the midfield. And those passes all started with Lawless. Lawless and Ronan were cheat codes on passes last night. And he's not as fast as Bombi, obviously. But his passes last night were dialed in, and he was distributing the ball in the way that we have been wanting, a 6 to do.
He's
all
confident.
season. Yeah, totally.
That's what that showed me, was his confidence level is at a high we haven't seen since 2021, maybe.
Sure.
I mean, he was decisive. There was a couple times where he was poor positioning, like on that goal. If Tommy was any good, he would have been blamed for giving up a goal, but Tommy sucks, so he gets away with it.
Yeah.
But and we know that we have to live with a couple mistakes to get the vibes, to get to get the game-changing plays, to get the physical plays. I think that's a great call, Dwayne. Good call.
Yeah,
and also they've only lost one game while Larraz has been starting.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was my next point. Is everybody was like terrified that Bombi was
I was
heading out to go play with Canada, and Larraz has stepped in and been nothing short of an awesome replacement, like a total person of confidence that we can all have confidence in when Bombi goes and does international things. My favorite quote from the night, I think it was from Burgundy Wave. It could have been Braden at the poster. Sorry, I don't have the right attribution for you. I'm not going to take time to look it up. Okay. Just read Twitter, you'll see it.
Read Twitter.
Yeah, read Twitter, you'll find it. Lawless had mentioned, someone had quoted Lawless at the presser that he had said he'd never stayed for fireworks before, but having just got his citizenship, he stayed for fireworks, watched his first fireworks for July 4th as an American citizen. I just thought that was cool. Like, that dude was so cheesed in that video that came out a few months ago, with the team celebrating with him getting his citizenship and all of that. What a great night for him. So I really hope he enjoyed the fireworks. Man, I sure enjoy watching him play. That dude gets a louder pop than anybody, when his name is announced. We all love Lawless. And I thought he had a nice game last night.
I agree.
Can I give one last louder?
No.
Please.
All right, fine.
Real quick.
I'm sorry. Have a good night, everybody.
I want to give one to Kevin Cabral for not being in the game today and letting me pull my hair out. And because if he would have had one of these misses, I would have completely lost it. Just because I would have had war flashbacks of him missing wide open shots. So shout out for Kevin, dude. Thank you for saving my mental health just for one night.
But it's okay for everyone else to miss those.
No, I'm just saying I would have had war flashbacks from him. Like, this just would have been like, I hated everybody, but him, like, I would have felt wrong after having such a good time. And it's a joke,
glad.
Guys. I love Cabral. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He's been playing great. Just, I could have not had one from him too, because I was already pulling my hair out from everybody else.
So funny.
I'm so glad Cabral gets the night off, because he's going to come back furious.
He's not furious.
With Cabral power.
And get another red card.
The French don't get furious.
The French Revolution continues Sunday.
Ooh, I like that. Okay,
at the DNVR takeover versus St. Louis City.
All caps FC.
Crush them.
SC.
All caps FC. SC.
So stupid. St. Louis is dumb. You suck. Get ready to get beat down on Sunday. I hate you. Anything else we missed? Like, anything we missed from this game? Storyline we pulled? Anything? I mean, I feel like we covered it. It was a good win. The story is better than the game itself, which matters in a season like this, right? Where the turnaround needs to come from certain guys. There's a 2021 vibe to it where it's like, tonight, Yappy and Ollie were the heroes, right? Now it's a little different in the fact that you have some top-heavy goal-scoring talent, right? But it's a great story. The coaching turnaround, the player turnaround, the big acquisitions, the contributions from everywhere. The story was everything you needed. Was against a rival, comeback win, dramatic late, intense rivalry. Both sides wanting to fight each other right at the end there. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Now you got 2 rivalry games under your belt that are dubs.
That's right. With RMC.
Unlike 2021, we're not backing our way into the playoffs this year.
Well, backing your way into the 1 seed. They did not back.
We will be storming our way in.
Sure.
We're not gonna be
They
rude.
were comfortably in the playoffs in 21. To be fair,
Yeah,
but,
they're in 4th place with 2 games over Vancouver
mhm.
and 3 points up. I think
2
something like that.
Vancouver does have 2 in hand, which is annoying, right? Play some damn games, Vancouver, and lose them. But whatever, we move in the right direction. It's crazy. This team is flying. I'm having too much fun. I'm just having too much fun with them. Even that LAFC team didn't bring me down. Yeah, so Sunday.
No, that's a top tier team right there, just fighting it out.
It's fine. It rocked. Should we get plugged out of here, guys?
Yeah, we should.
All right, yeah, you can start.
DNV_Rapids on Twitter. Please follow us there. 5-star review wherever you hear this podcast. Leave us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's gonna be the funnest way to keep up to all the fun stuff that we do. Sunday. Come get toasty with us at a DNVR Rapids takeover. It's gonna be beautiful weather, 80-degree weather. It's gonna be a great time. Please come join us. Please come meet me. I never get to meet anybody.
Duane?
Personal shout outs. For me, shout out to Mitch, not you, Mitch. Mitch in the chat all the time. Finally getting to meet, like I was saying, he wants to meet. It was awesome to run into you finally. Also Jay, who happened to be sitting right beside me.
Really?
And then leaned over and pulled up the prediction and pointed to my cartoon head and said, "Hey, Duane," and he watches and listens to the show. It was awesome to meet you both.
A trip.
Yeah, it was just cool. Like it's so much fun to meet everybody. So I don't know what anybody looks like, so it's just really, really fun when you come up and say hi. Man, we appreciate you all so much, whether we've met you already or we haven't yet. Man, it makes all the difference having you all in the chat or interacting on Twitter. We just really appreciate everybody who supports the show. It's awesome. Thanks so much.
Oh,
it was really cool. It was highlights of my night last night.
One highlight for me that I would like to plug is shout out to Djordje's dad, Alex Mihailovic, for liking and retweeting everything from that game because he was into it and was happy and proud of his kid. He rocks. If you ever get a chance to meet him, he's cool as hell. Shout out to Alex if you're listening. Become a diehard at thednvr.com. You get discounts on all sorts of fun stuff that we do, like events and merchandise and your bar tab at DNVR Bar. I received a text during this game, so we may have a big time Rapids watch party coming up against a team near the top of the West. So as the official away day, we're going to work on that. So stay tuned there. And you get behind the paywall. You get all sorts of stuff if you're a diehard member. It's a big deal. So become a diehard. It supports us all here. Go to the game on Sunday. Get your tickets with us. That's the party bus and the tailgate and the ticket. It's a great package. It's completely worth it. You will have to put up with Nighthawk being a St. Louis fan, but that's okay. She's a good sport about it.
She knows she's in the wrong.
And it's going to be a blast. So come hang out with us. Come meet us. We'll have some fun on Sunday. And until then, the way we always do it, baby.
Vamos España.
Up.
Sorry.
Up. The PIDs.
We all silly like the mayor.